Financial self-concept. This person's sad because they have a low financial self-concept. This one is happy because they have a high financial self-concept. So what does self-concept mean? We're going to break it down today. How to raise your financial self-concept, why it is you're stuck in the same financial situation and you can't get yourself to make more money, and break those financial limits and limitations, beliefs. So financial self-concept is how much you believe you can make, have, or hold. Now the key word here is belief. As we've talked about in all of these videos, is that your world, your life is shaped off of your beliefs. The world that you live in is created from your beliefs. Your own personal universe, your own personal world that you live in, your perception, what you experience every single day is shaped off of your beliefs. What you believe to be true, what you believe is possible, what you believe God can do in your life. And when you believe, things happen. So I want you to take a minute and to just reflect on this for a moment. Think of something that you believe to be true all the time. That I'm going to wake up and walk tomorrow. My legs are going to work tomorrow. That's not possible for everybody. That I'm going to wake up and have water, running water. That is not possible for everybody. So see, like, you believe that to be possible, you believe that. And I want to tell you a story. I was living in a different home before this one, and I live in Florida. And the water here does not taste very good. And even with a filter that I bought, the water still didn't taste good. So I had to go out and buy water and buy more water, and it just wasn't always readily available for me. And that was really irritating for me because I'm like, why is something so available? Why isn't there for me? And then I moved into this home that has a water filtration system already built into it. Water is so readily available all the time. And I just had to change my environment. I just had to change things about my life to now change this very notion that I have water all of the time. It is easy. I do not have to run out and get it. I do not have to go purchase it. I do not have to worry about when it's running out because it's always available. Now, same thing goes for money. Money can be the same thing. Some people are born into businesses, family businesses. They already make $10,000, $20,000 a month easily, simply. It's really not a problem for them. That'll be their lifestyle the rest of their life as long as that business continues to run. And they know that. They wake up, they know that. That's something that's always coming for them. Now others wake up in the morning wondering where they're going to make their next dollar. Where am I going to get this sale? Is this going to work out for me? And for some of us, 30K is easy per year. For some people, 30K a year is not easy. 100K a year is easy. 100K is not easy for others. What is the difference? The difference is building in your confidence, in your self-concept, in your financial self-concept so that you believe you can make, have, or hold more. And as we know, everything that we do sends our brain a message. So if you handle money well, you're going to send your brain a message. I handle money well. I'm confident with my money. I know I can hold it. I know I have a healthy relationship with money. I know I can have money because when I exchange value, I charge the prices I feel like I deserve for the amount of skills I have and the knowledge that I have. And I can have that much. I've shown myself that. I can make X amount because I've done it and I'm doing it. And so it is going to be shaped off of your financial self-concept, what you believe to be true about your financial standpoint, your ability to make, have, or hold more money. Let's get into a little more about what this looks like. One of my favorite words is capacity. Your capacity is based off of this financial self-concept. And I want you to plug in whatever numbers make sense for you here as I use the numbers that I'm going to use just simply out of ease. I work with 6-figure earners, I work with 7-figure earners, I even work with 5-figure earners, and I've seen incredible, amazing things. One of my clients was making $60K a year when he started working with me, and he recently just had a $60K month, which is pretty gnarly. And in order to get there and not lose himself in it, he had to expand his financial self-concept, because what happens sometimes in those cases, and you see this when people win the lottery and they're only used to X amount of money, and then they make millions of dollars and they just need to throw it away as fast as they can. And I'm going to show you why. So in order for him to have and hold that in a year, he did that in a year. He was making $60K a year. Within a year, he made $60,000 in a month. He's in the real estate business, and he expanded to that place. Now, what color do I use? Blue. So, say this is your current capacity. You make $50K per year. And what you're wanting to do is make $100K. And then maybe outside of that, you want to make $300K, and so on. And so here's your current capacity. Let me get rid of this stuff. Now, if your current belief is that you can only make $50,000 per year, anything outside of that is going to be a threat to your comfort zone. Your brain, your behaviors will all be depicted off of staying in this comfort zone. This can be applied to anything, whether you're healthy or not, whether you're in a healthy, loving relationship or not, whatever it is that you currently have or your current beliefs, typically shifted off of your personal experiences or your past experiences and what you've seen growing up and whatever else. But every time that you want to make outside of $50,000 a year, it is just going to bounce off of here. Every time you try to make it, it just bounces off. So you may have a really good month, and you may end up for the next 3 months not making any money. And you can blame it on inconsistency, because that certainly is the pattern that we're dealing with here. But what's really happening is that your mind and body is doing everything it can to keep you stuck right here. Now, let's say you're dealing with something else. Maybe it's not how much you make, but it's how much you have and hold. So say you only just have enough. You're wanting that overflow, but you only just have enough. And that is the belief. Capacity / belief is that I only just have enough. So even when you could make 100K, you could make 200K, you could make 500K. It's funny what we will do, because even when we make more money, we'll find some weird way to spend that amount of money. So it'll just leave and leave and leave. And you may notice this. Oh, I had a really good month, but for some reason I just needed to get rid of it. I needed to get rid of it. Because my belief here is that I only have enough for bills. So if you're somebody who grew up in an environment where you only had enough for bills, or you just had enough, or you only had enough for the needs, then this may be something that you're moving through. This may be a pattern. And you may find yourself just going out and on a bender and like just spending extra or booking a vacation or something instead of doing the things that you know you need to do first. And I talk a lot about this I won't go into it in detail, but I have a full course about healing your relationship with money. It's inside the Money Expansion Club. We go live a couple of times a month on budgeting and on hot seat coaching around money blocks. And there's a course where I really talk about your priorities with money and prioritizing money and where it should go first before you have the overflow, before you enjoy the overflow. Put it that way, especially depending on the life it is that you want to build. I want you to have what you want. God wants you to have what you want. There is no need to feel guilty for having what you want, but there are steps to take before giving yourself everything that you want in life, all the pleasures in life, right? There are things like invest, save. Maybe you like to give to charity. Maybe that is a priority for you. Invest, save, and maybe spending on certain things like your needs. So the needs are important here. And then once you go down the list, you can say, oh, okay, pleasures, fun. Because the truth is, you can have fun and still invest and save and give to charity first. You can always do fun things. You can find fun-free things. Life is full of fun. But it is the spending of the money that we would like to be able to enhance our lives. And you deserve all of that. You fully deserve it. But this belief system doesn't hold for that. So it struggles to find the overflow and to have the overflow. And when you get the money, you just spend it. And instead of putting it in this direction, right? Because what do the rich do? The rich make their money make more money. I'm super grateful. I have $1 million real estate portfolio now because I invested my money really young. I got started at 25. I felt it in my heart, really. Like there's no other way. It felt God-led. Like I just had to buy a property. And there was a lot about my family and trying to keep my family safe and have something for generational wealth and all of that stuff. But I got really obsessed with Bigger Pockets podcast and I started investing really early and my money made more money. Now, what started out as a, $600,000 real estate portfolio, give or take, and now a $1.5 million real estate portfolio. That brings in, to about $4,000 a month, give or take. And so because I decided to invest, I first saved. And then I invested the money that I saved. So I built it up and I invested the money that I saved to distribute it the way that I needed to in order to make more money. Let's move over to this. You get the picture here. If you have more questions about it or you want me to dive more in depth, let me know in the comments and I will dive more in depth on anything it is that you guys want me to do. Okay, more money in the hands of good people makes the world a better place. Listen, you do not need a lot of money to make an impact. You do not need a lot of money to save, to invest. You really don't. You just have to understand your financial self-concept because that is first so that you can start to make shifts in your mind and behavior. Because again, your behaviors will constantly sabotage you to stay in your financial self-concept. But if you believe that you can make, have, and hold more money, you can do more good things in this world. You can service the world better. I tell you, the more money I have, the more money I can put into my business, the more I can serve people, the more I can buy this whiteboard. I can pay for marketing. I can pay for coaching to make myself a better coach. I can do all these things to become a better person in this world. And I can have more time I can have more time to go to Bible study, to learn about the Bible. I can go to more conventions and network and meet more great people. There's so many ways that you can utilize money, and you don't need to have a lot of money to do that. You just need to manage your money right, and you need to get out of your old financial self-concept. But this very thing, write this down. Write this down, put it in the comments, claim it, and understand it. More money in the hands of good people make the world a better place. So that you know, the more you work on yourself, the more you become, the more you develop, the better the world's going to become, not just with your energy, but money is energy. Money is an energetic exchange and is energy, and when put in the right places, it truly does make the world a better place. But when it's just put towards your desires and your pleasures, gosh, I'll be the first one to tell you that we deserve all of that. But really what you're doing is you're being defiant against the little kid that wasn't able to get whatever it is that little kid wanted and didn't have the freedom that that little kid had. So that goes back to child brain. Let's get into that and then we'll break the pattern. This is going to blow your mind. Okay. Child brain says, let's do red for that one. Child brain says, I saw this post the other day, this reel, and this girl said to all the people that had all these spending restrictions as a kid or didn't have much money as a kid, like, how's your shopping addiction going? Because it's so true. Child brain says, I can do what I can do what I want, basically. Like, it's defiant. Defiant. I recognize sometimes I miss letters in these videos, and when I watch them back, it drives me nuts, so I can only imagine how much it drives you guys nuts. Okay, let's see. So, apologies, I'll try to be better. Okay. Adult brain says, it is mature, really. Mature with money. So, child brain is defiant with money. I should be able to buy whatever I want. I can do what I want. I can do what I want. So this person might take out a credit card, buy what they want to, or do whatever they want with money. And this can also go the latter, which is, that's what your parents did, and you saw that, right? And you saw them do that, and that's how they kind of solved their problems. There's many different ways this can show up, but please plug this stuff in for you and your story and break this down for yourself. But really, there's this like defiancy. It could even be defiant, like, I deserve this. I deserve this. I just want to have fun. Listen, I've been here, so I get it. I get it. You get defiant, you start taking out credit cards, and you're like, I never did that. Never took out credit cards, thankfully. But I definitely got defiant and went into my savings and started kind of throwing things around. And really, I was operating from child brain. And saying, I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. I can do what I want. I deserve this. Kind of like stomping their feet like a little kid. Like, I want what I want. But really, how childish. How childish it is. And like, I'm not calling you childish. We all go through it. But it is childish. It's child brain. It's little kid trying to get what they want. And I need freedom. But that's not a way to build freedom. We've got it all wrong here in child brain when we're overspending. And we're just spending, and it makes us feel free for a second. Like, oh, have the money to buy whatever I want. And then you kind of talk yourself into this hole that you dig for yourself. And then you end up in the negatives. You end up with that you've invested in, nothing that you've grown. And I'm not saying that if you haven't invested in anything yet, that's totally fine. Wherever your financial journey is at, I just want you to pick it up right here, because you being here and learning the information and getting ready to take the action is everything. And I just opened a mastermind too. You can find that in the link below, where we focus on building your business and expanding your income. This is stuff we take action on weekly. It's the most amazing thing. One girl went from 4 figures a month to 5 figures a month in a month. That was insane. Another girl grew her business to 200,000 a year, and she was around the hundreds and 100,000, mid hundreds. And that was just a cool jump to witness too. And she opened up a brand new sector of her business. It was awesome. It's just really cool to help people expand rather than making like poor decisions with money, and to watch that happen and watch what it can do for your life. That's one more thing. Impatient. So this one's impatient. Doesn't have any patience. Wants it now. I want what I want now. And you can just kind of see as I say it, like I'm like, ooh, it just doesn't sound good. But see, let's go over here. What I want is coming. And what I want is to be financially smart and healthy. I want to be financially smart and healthy. Because that's the underneath, right? It's kind of like when somebody stops eating because they want to lose weight, when really like it's the beneath. It's like you need to be healthy. It's not that you need to stop eating so that you look skinny. It's that you need to eat good foods that nurture your body and change your mindset so you can have the body of your dreams and be healthy. That was something I also went through. I didn't really know how to eat. I was eating less. I wanted my body a certain way because I wanted to look a certain way. And then I got healthy. Gosh, that was the best shift I ever made in my life. I mean, that was years ago. But still, like, to healthily eat delicious meals like 3 times a day and to feel so good in your body, this stuff applies to everything. But it's not about what it looks like. It's not about getting what you want and having that bag or that this or that. Like, it is about being healthy, financially healthy and financially smart. And when you learn to trickle it down to the core, things in your life will just unfold naturally. They'll just come into your life. And you end up with even more than you expected than what you wanted. And a big part of this is, yes, merging into your mature adult brain, but like listening to that inner guidance. Oops, that was probably loud for you guys. Listening to that inner guidance, like God, listen to God. Listen to what He's guiding you to do. Always. I'm always going to tell you to lean on that because it has all the answers. Like, you have everything you need inside of yourself. But this doesn't feel good, especially when I break it down. You're probably like, ooh, okay, I can see it now. But it doesn't feel good. So I want to be financially smart and healthy. It's coming. It's coming. You're confident that it's coming. You are patient. You take your time. And you make your money make more money. It's not about enjoying later. People say like, oh, I'll enjoy later. And, there is an aspect to where people make so much money and all they do is invest and they don't know how to enjoy their money. It's not really what this video is about, but there is an aspect to that too, where you do have to allow yourself to enjoy money at some point when you're ready. But like, it has nothing to do with your enjoyment. Like, you can go have fun now. You can go dance now. You can go meet up with friends now in the park. Like, you can have a lot of fun and enjoy. But the money just expands your life. Sure, you get to go see the world. You get to travel. You get to do things. But the truth is, like, money's so easy to make. When I started my money journey, I worked 3 jobs. when I was fresh out of college. And I just started making money. It's like, I just felt like it was so easy to make because it's like I could just get another job and get another job and get another job. And then I started growing in that and working less jobs and niching down and becoming an expert in one field and then making good money there. But you move through it. Like you can get up and you can get another job if you want to. But one other thing I'm going to put here. It's not that you can't afford it. This one's going to hurt. It's that you're not willing to do what it takes. Sorry. That's all it is. There's so much money out there. It's unreal. There's so many jobs. There's so many people that need support, that need help. And you have so much value to give. You really do. And I know it. Everybody does. Like God doesn't make mistakes. He put you on this planet for a reason. And it's not about that you can't afford it. It's that you're not willing to do what it takes to afford it. Why? Because of your capacity. Your capacity only fits so much. And so every time you think about making more money, your mind sabotages you, but your behavior sabotages you. Something sabotages you. And you don't get that second job. You don't do what it takes to get ahead because then you know, like I didn't want to work 3 jobs. Did you think I wanted to work 3 jobs? Absolutely not. Do you think I wanted to drop $50,000 on a property and then another $50,000 on another property? No, I would have loved to take that money and spend it on myself and go buy bags and have fun and have these short-term pleasures. Of course, that's the dopamine high. That's that. But what I did was I worked 3 jobs, built up my savings, moved over to New York City, very expensive in New York City. And then when I got to New York City, I again worked 2 jobs. Okay, so we're getting smaller. Worked 2 jobs. And then I got into real estate. And I worked real estate and I was a neurological education specialist at the same time. I was going to work 7 to 2. And then I was going over to real estate and working 2:45 to 7 at night. Did I want to do that? No. But it put $100,000 in my bank account. It helped me buy real estate that now I have a lot of money in equity. You do the math. I mean, what was I saying? Like $800,000 in equity? I don't know. I just sit down. And I make $4,000 a month. And like, it's life-changing. It takes patience. It takes time. And you have to be willing to do the things. And I wasn't willing to stay in that capacity. I said, I will do whatever it takes because breaking out of that capacity is uncomfortable. When you break away from all of that, it's not comfortable. I was anxious. Some nights I wasn't sleeping. It was threatening everything that I knew in my $50,000 life. Like that's what I was making. $45,000, I think. Even with my multiple jobs. To then double that. And then triple that. I mean, it's a life-changing experience. There's no other way to put it, but you have to be patient and you can start now. It doesn't matter how old you are. Let me give you an example. One guy I had on a live, he was telling me about Toastmasters, and he's about 60s, he's in his 60s, and his father is 90, and he told me about how his father always talked about wanting to do something that he loved and make money doing it and feel abundant and in that overflow, and he just complained about it all the time apparently. And so that made his son, my friend in Toastmasters, want to do that more. So he actually creates toys. He's this big Amazon seller. He does well. He's awesome. But his father ended up starting a YouTube channel playing the piano. At 90 years old, this YouTube channel has 1 million subscribers. It makes him all of his passive income. Come on. He's 90 years old. I think he started that when he was 80, 88 or something like that. Come on. So when you want to sit here and be like, you're young, you started young. Yes, I did. I listened to my intuition. I read a ton of books, which is why I'm standing here in front of you guys. And I knew that was my path, thankfully. But it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. I've worked with 50-year-olds who get started, one just started in real estate and, starting just exploring the life and the world and what they want to do. Never too late. Okay. Pattern breaking method. We love this, don't we? Because then we can really see what's actually going on. So I hope you understand capacity. If you don't and want me to expand on it, please put it in the comments. But again, you can always, there's a free masterclass in the description below where I expand on this stuff. But also if you want to get into the course on money expansion and healing your relationship with money, I highly, highly suggest that you join the Money Expansion Club. Or the mastermind if you want to build your business at the same time. All the links are down there if you need it. Okay. Pattern starts with a limiting belief. Which creates a fear. Creates a behavior. And gets you an outcome. So, the limiting belief is what we talked about. Let's see. I just have enough money. I always only have just enough to pay my bills, maybe not even, maybe close to that. Okay. The fear typically here is fear is money. I mean, it's true. Oops, why did I put that? The fear is money. What comes up here with clients usually is, I don't know who I'll be when I have more money. I don't know what life will be like when I have more money. I actually asked a client one time, I've asked this a few times. I said, okay, what if I asked you to help me out for a day with work and I wanted to pay you $20,000. And I said, what would you do with that? She goes, I can't take that. I was like, why not? You have to take it. I'm paying you. And I said, what's the feeling in your body? She's like, I need to get rid of it right away. She wants more money, but the fear is actually having money, which is why we're here. Okay, the behavior could be overspending. Well, yeah, sure. But it ultimately self-sabotaging. Overspending is self-sabotaging. The outcome is staying in the same place. Just having enough. Okay. And then what does that do? Just confirms your limiting belief, which is what your capacity is always trying to do. It's always trying to stay in the same place. Let's go back to capacity. just have enough. Just have that 50K a year, just making that $4,000 a month, whatever it is. Okay. What do we have to do? We have to heal the limiting belief. Perfectionism. Okay. What do we have to do? We have to heal the limiting belief. So this is where I love inner child work and going back to the times. It might not even be inner child, it might be inner teenager, like whatever, but inner younger self work to figure out, where does this come from? Because we're not born with it. We know that. But it was created through experiences, through what we've experienced, what we've visualized, what we saw. And now we want to heal that limiting belief. Without healing that limiting belief, we probably won't be able to make many shifts here. The fear is money. I want to elaborate on this a bit more. If you grew up seeing your parents fight over money a lot, you could think that fear equals conflict. You could think that money is bad, right? The fear is, I had a client one time who he said that his parents would always talk about people with money and talk really poorly about them. So he thought having money was bad, so he didn't want money because he thought money made him a bad person. I am a godly woman. I read the Bible. Money is the root of all evil. We see that. But it's understanding that making money your master is the root of all evil, not money. And so just believing that money is bad, that's a whole nother conversation. But money equals conflict. Money is bad. Anything else that you might think about money, but having money is too much. I feel guilty. It's a big one. How you feel about money matters. And if you have not watched my other videos, we talk a lot about emotions and the emotions that you hold and the vibrations they carry, your emotions around money. If you are vibrating at a level of guilt with money, it's a very low vibration. I'll bring up the chart here. And it's going to keep you stuck in a low vibration with low amounts of money. So shame, could be shameful to have money for you. Yeah. So a lot going on there. So what you want to do is you want to rewire. So this is when we get really grounded in reality, perception versus reality. So our perception may be that money is bad and that the people in our lives, whenever they have money, they act out of line and they act poorly, but really money just makes people more of who they are, which is great. It's a great mirror because then you have direction to heal and to shift. And it's tough because I've dove into eras where I made a lot of money and it actually brought up the egoic side of me. And I had to shift that. I needed to get more grounded in God and in Jesus and, shift those ways about me. And so I don't want you to be afraid to go there because sometimes you need to go there to get here to this place where you're healing and creating a better relationship with money. But your perception may be money is bad. What I see in people with money are bad. I don't know any good people with money, but the reality is that you just haven't met anyone that has a healthy, loving relationship with money. You just haven't, one of my clients said, she has she's in the Money Expansion Club. She has this limiting belief, money is bad. And she asked me, she's like, but people who are like born into money, they just are so pretentious. She used words like pretentious and egoic and all of these things. She's like, I don't want to give that to my kids. I don't want them to act like that. And I told her, I was like, well, I'll be honest with you, like, I plan to pass down my generational wealth, and I would really hate for people to think so poorly of my kids. And I was her coach, so obviously, like, she liked me, she trusted me, and it just opened up her mind. She was like, oh my gosh. I said, yeah. I mean, I wasn't born into money personally, but my children will be. And that's amazing. So, perception versus reality. What is the reality? Get really grounded in reality versus just how you're seeing it. Okay. 3, change the behavior. So this is where you're really going to fight against your capacity here in this one, because you're overspending. You keep self-sabotaging because anything outside of your capacity is like, I need to get this out of here. You're going to have to use some nervous system regulation techniques. I have those also in the course. And all different expansion techniques. That's another big reason we do the mastermind, is like, when you hit your upper limit and it's time to expand out of that, like, you need support to hold you through. It's like, oh my gosh, even if you just get into like a free support group, or you have friends or people who are on the same journey, don't do it with the wrong people. It'll really mess you up. So make sure you trust whoever it is that is helping you expand out of your current comfort zone, because it's not easy stuff. But you are going to have to, when you receive money, you're going to want to spend it. You're going to want to get rid of it. And your mind's going to try to find all these reasons to spend it. And you'll feel like you've been deprived this whole time. I need to spend this money. But you're going to have to sit with it. And that's going to be physically uncomfortable. You're going to be like, I need to get out of my body right now, because you're expanding. When things grow, you got to think about it like, when anything grows, it's like, it's uncomfortable. You have to break, like when a butterfly comes out of its cocoon, and it's like, it goes through physical pain to metamorph into the butterfly, right? So that's going to be important, is that you sit with the money when you make the more money, when you expand your income. And then that's going to be your last step, is to receive. I always do this. I before E, except after C. Okay. So receive that new desired outcome, okay? So when you have more money in your bank account, you have to allow yourself to have it. Know that you are worthy of having that. Pray on it. It's easier said than done. I can break all this down to you, but it's really good to get into support groups for this. Like, accountability groups is probably one of the best things you can do for yourself in any way that you can, however you can do that, but you have to be able to receive and allow yourself to have this new desired outcome. Because you can know all the ways. You can know how to make money. You can know how to do all the things. But life really isn't, because we don't know how to do things, rarely. Yes, seeking wisdom, and that's important. And that's what you're doing right now. But your biggest step on your own, unless you join some accountability group, I would love to have you, but your biggest step is going to be to allow yourself to have it. It's just like allowing yourself to be healthy, allowing yourself to have love and a loving relationship and good friendships, allowing yourself to have money and a healthy, loving relationship with money, allowing Jesus Christ to love you and God in your life. Like, all these things are the 4 pillars of life, I believe. And you have to allow yourself to have it. And that's a worthiness thing. But in your capacity, when you grow in your capacity, you grow in your worth, because that's self-concept. We're talking about financial self-concept, but that is self-concept, okay? So let's talk about the new. I have overflow and feel good in the overflow. Ooh, that even felt good to write down. Okay, the Rewire is money is good. Money is energy. Write this one down for yourself. Money comes to me easily. Right? Money is good. Money is energy. Money comes to me easily. I do not have to feel guilty for having money. More money in the hands of good people makes the world a better place. So you shift in this mindset and you rewire your mind, your behaviors are going to start to change. You're going to start to let money in. Be patient with money. Save money. Invest money. Next week we have a budgeting call in the Money Expansion Club. And this week talks about like how to save money and invest money. He breaks it down and makes it so easy. It's unreal. Even if you're not making much money or if you're making a lot of money, and how to reframe all of your finances. Receiving your new desired outcome. Living in overflow. Always feel like you have enough. And what does that do? That confirms your new belief. There you have it. The pattern breaking method, the 4 steps to breaking a pattern. And again, your world is shaped off of your beliefs. What you believe to be possible in your life. Do you believe it's possible to make more money? Put your hand on your chest and give yourself some numbers and ask yourself, like, what does it feel like in my body to make X amount? What does it feel like to want to 2x my income? What does that feel like? And what comes up for you? Journal on that. I've got a whole workbook inside the Money Expansion Club too. And you get to break those down for yourself. So last thing I want to touch on is, you know what? We're going to graze over this, but I'm going to make another, if you want me to make another video about this. The emotions that you feel around money are going to be the most important part about being able to take these steps in breaking this pattern. Money feelings. Did that for fun. Okay. You could feel guilty. Very common. Shameful. Shameful about how you've spent your money in the past, what you've done with your money. Fearful. Anxious. Worried. The worst thing that you can do is worry about money. The more you worry about money, the more life keeps you in a state of worry. Because why? You don't believe. It says it all over the Bible, all over life. Believe. Believe it's possible. Believe in what God can do in your life. Believe that you are worthy of it. Believe, why not? Why wouldn't you be worthy of it? So if you are constantly worried about money, life keeps you in a constant state of worry. And those are the vibrations you're emitting. You can even be angry about money. Maybe money is what caused the divorce in your family. Maybe money is what caused the breakup that you went through. Maybe money has been the root to all of your issues. It's possible. But if you hate money, I know I don't necessarily call in things that I hate. So if you hate money, there's going to be a lot of resistance and feelings around money. And it really is more about how you feel about money. And it's really not how much money you make. Because when you're feeling good about money, your pattern shifts, your capacity shifts, and you're able to start taking forward motion, positive action with money because you're feeling positively about it. We'll even put, sure, negative. Yeah. when we could feel positive about money. We could feel joyful about money. We could feel hopeful. We could feel courageous. To break our money patterns. Okay, acceptance is going to be one of your biggest things here. Acceptance. Because if you learn to accept your current financial situation right now, today, everything's going to shift. When you can just sit down and accept it and say, okay, this is where I'm at. How can I take the first step? God, please guide me in my first step. Get into some groups that help you get guided because you maybe didn't learn financial intelligence or financial healthy ways to be financial in your life. And so accept it. Build out a plan. Be courageous in that action. Be hopeful. Hopeful that it's possible, even when it gets hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to do that, but acceptance, be loving with money instead of angry with money. And it feels good. Just me saying this out loud, I can feel it in my body. It feels better. This feels heavy. It feels heavy and this feels light. It feels exciting. You can even have fun making money. It could be fun. It could be a fun game. But we attach our self-worth and our identity so much to money. And that's why it's become such a topic. It is a very strong energy too. It's a strong energy in our life and where we're at because it does control the world. So I hope that this was helpful for you. More resources in the description below. And if you have any further requests, please drop it in the comments about what you got from this video and like what else would you like to learn more about. Being healthy financially is so, so important. And I can only hope that for you because it's changed my life dramatically. I used to worry about money constantly, anxiety, like the words don't explain. Like I was an anxious mess, really. So, and I didn't start with much money either. So you can start wherever, it doesn't matter, but I know you can do it. And good luck.